the studio audience who stands and claps every day, thank you so much. Thank you. You up there, thank you. Hey, I want to, before we start, thank Patricia for buying me a coffee or 5. I appreciate it so much. Buying us a coffee or buying me a coffee. I say us, but it's me. Is a great way to support this show so we can continue to bring you shows and introduce you to amazing people Monday through Friday. And you can do that at buymeacoffee.com/make your day richer. This shirt, I can't look at myself. This is like one of those trendy, like big baggy shirts, but I feel like it just like looks, look at this. Anyway, it's very comfortable though. Welcome to Make Your Day Richer. Joining me today is a powerful advocate who believes a diagnosis is information, not destiny. Baba Sam Shelley, founder of Beyond Head Trash and the Inner Healer School, is on a mission to empower individuals with chronic illnesses to rise above their incurable diagnoses. Having personally overcome multiple sclerosis, bipolar disorder, and more, Baba Sam is here to show you how to discover your inner healer and lead a vibrant, joyful life. Let's start the show.
Make your day richer than it was before. Got some good times knocking upon your front door.
Baba Sam, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, looking forward to this conversation, Richard. Looking forward to see where we go.
I know. This is good. We were talking before about how short and sweet and to the point interviews are on this show, but I feel like you're a person that could be here all day, which is also probably why you have a podcast, because you have a lot to say. Can we start maybe with your history, a little bit of your history and what brought you to what we're about to talk about?
Yeah, so my history was that I was a sick, disabled man for 38 years. I had multiple sclerosis where I lost the ability to walk at age 37. I had bipolar. I nearly killed myself twice in my 20s from that, the obsessive thoughts and the bipolar. Then it all began at age 6 when I was hit by a van. So ultimately, I had about 5, 6 incurable diseases that I no longer have because I stopped taking this mind as my truth. So I dove into this deeper element of who I am, this divine essence.
Where did this idea to research or dive deeper than just what people are telling you, like where did that come from?
Yeah, so to understand, I was sick and disabled for 38 years, so I had no concept that I could heal myself. I was not on a healing journey whatsoever. What changed everything for me, I was dealing with MS and with multiple sclerosis. You're chronically fatigued. You just have a lot of issues. MS is a terrible disease. I don't recommend it for anyone.
No, I know people with it. It's awful.
It is an awful disease. So I was dealing with multiple sclerosis, but I was a couch potato. I used to watch a lot of TV. And one of the things I used to watch was ghost hunting shows. But I didn't know if ghosts were real or not. But I saw a tweet from a ghost hunter. Hey, we're having this event in Philadelphia. I was like, well, I could probably go to that because I don't know if it's TV. Is it real or fake? Let me go find out if it's real or not. So I go on this ghost hunt in Fort Mifflin in Philadelphia. And for about 15, 20 minutes, it was kind of boring. Not much was happening. Then eventually somebody put out a flashlight and they said, turn this flashlight on, it would go on, turn this flashlight off, it would go off. So this flashlight was going on off by command. So I was like, well, that's interesting. So I put my flashlight and it was doing the same thing. But really what got my attention on the ghost hunt was I was on this bench and I felt somebody sit right next to me that didn't have a body. I was sitting on the bench. I just felt somebody sitting right next to me. It's like, well, that's different. Okay. So ghosts are real. So once I realized like ghosts are real, so I wanted to learn more about the ghost world. So I started to read a book from a medium because apparently they talk to ghosts. So I'm reading this book from this medium, and then they talk about meditation. And they talk about all the benefits of meditation. And one of the benefits of meditation was inner peace. I'm like, I could use some inner peace. I'm so stressed. I'm so overwhelmed with life. I need some inner peace. I had no concept that this could heal me. So, but I was under this impression that meditation means you stop thinking. So I was sitting there in meditation thinking, oh, Meditation means you stop thinking. So I would sit down in my meditation, and the mind would what? Start thinking. So I'd be like,
Hmm.
stop thinking, mind thinking, stop thinking, mind thinking, stop thinking. Then after about 4 days, I'm like, wait a second, wait a second. If I'm aware of my thoughts, I'm not my thoughts. This was a huge realization for me because I was completely attached to my thoughts before. When I realized I had thoughts, but I wasn't my thoughts, I just felt this weight come off my shoulders, like liberating, because I took those thoughts as my truth, especially in my 20s when I nearly killed myself twice. So the next question I had was, well, if I'm not my thoughts, then who am I? So I was just sitting with that question. And then one day after meditation, I just heard a voice say, perfect spirit. I'm like, that's it. My spirit is perfect. Your spirit is perfect, Richard. Everyone that's listening, your spirit is perfect. Then I realized it's simply the body and mind that are damaged. Then the best I can describe it is I just felt this great sense of peace come over me. I just knew all was well, and I knew all my health challenges were over instantly. But it took a little time for the body to catch up, but it did.
Mm. Yeah, so I was gonna say, like, I know people with everything that you uh, listed that you had. Like, I know people with all of those things, and so I want to talk a little bit about like how you work with people through those things.
Yeah, so what I really tell folks are dealing with a chronic illness, a diagnosis, is to understand that is just simply information. It doesn't have to be your destiny unless you allow it to be your destiny, unless you take that as your truth. So the first thing that we want to do is to get them aware that it's just information. Then once we get them aware that it's information, we give them that experience of who they really are outside the body, the mind, into this place of deep peace of spirit. So I do a couple things, I help them get beyond their mind. I have these weird healing abilities, I guess you call them now. I bring in doctors from the spiritual realms. It's just one of the things that happens. And ultimately, I'm here to help them to awaken their own inner healer. It can be for physical health, it could be finances, careers, relationships, 1,001 things in this human experience. But ultimately, within us is our own inner healer that's not guessing the way forward. It knows exactly the way forward. Oh, you want to fix your body, this is the path. You want to do this is the path. So that divine essence, that aliveness or beingness or soul or spirit knows the exact way for us. But the mind is constantly guessing. But the innovation is within us on how to move forward.
So, what do you say to someone? I'm going to pick arthritis.
hmm
I know you also had arthritis. When someone comes to you and goes, "Well, what do you mean I get to meditate my arthritis away?"
No, it's really not about meditating your arthritis away because I had psoriatic arthritis in my left foot. That's one of the things I had. It was difficult to walk at times with arthritic toes. But to realize, if you have an arthritis diagnosis, it's still seeing that as information. It doesn't have to be destiny because we get really attached that I am the body, I am the mind, but to understand that you had a toddler body, a teenager body, a young adult body, where did you go with all these changing bodies? No place. The one who sees through the eyes, the one who hears, the one who listens, that has never changed. That's your spirit, that's your soul. So we want to get to this place because this place knows the way forward.
What did you? I'm just thinking about what you do and how you help so many people. What did you want to be when you were a kid when you grew up?
Well, the strange thing was, I was in the IT field for 22 years. Even with all these health elements, I was still working in IT because I was working for Johnson& Johnson, the pharmaceutical company. So they're very understanding about health challenges. So I was working there. So they get it when I need doctors and medicines. That's what they sort of do. So they were very flexible with my schedule there. But it was really draining, dealing with a lot of fatigue and getting around work with my cane and all of this stuff. It was a miserable experience, but it just went away, and getting that insight to go do yoga, and then 6 months later, no more cane, no more heat intolerance. I was weaning off my medicines, like the body was after that day, the body was coming back online when I was getting some
Wow.
space, when I was stopped taking my mind as the source of truth.
Mm, wow. When did you start the podcast, the Vibrant Soul Society podcast?
I started that last year because I just wanted to get the voice out there that I do a lot of interviews because everybody's a vibrant soul, but we all have different journeys on how we get there. So that we all have these human experiences, but these individuals talking to are either a spiritual coach, they've done something remarkable in their life, they step beyond their human limitations that the mind is constantly telling them all these limitations, and we got to go, no, they're just it's the mind, it's an opinion. It's not necessarily a fact or a truth. And we need to, because facts are always changing. At one time they thought the earth was flat and they discovered it's not. So facts, you can't really say, well, this is a fact. Well, it's a temporary condition. As their understanding improves, our fact will change. And that's what we have to see with all these stories that we have. We're constantly playing these characters, but we need to go beyond all of that and into who we really are. That there's only one version of us. Everything else is the mind creating all these other versions.
How often does it come out, and what day of the week does it come out?
What the my podcast?
The
It's
podcast,
Tuesday.
yeah.
Yeah, Tuesday and Thursday it comes out. My podcast. I try to keep it that scheduled twice a week. It's quite a bit. I don't know how you do this so frequently. It's a lot of
A
work.
lot of coffee, yes.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, and yeah, so I just do that. I have my Vibrant Soul Society, my Inner Healer School, and I work with clients. It's a packed week, but I'm here to serve others. I got my freedom from all these health issues. Now I want to turn back around and say, okay, you can do this too, because I'm spirit just as you are spirit. That there
Mhm.
is nothing impossible to your spirit, your soul, the creator. Nothing is impossible. It's simply, the space in between our ears that, with all these stories that are keeping things the same, the status quo. We want to go beyond all of that.
Yeah, tell everybody about the Inner Healer School. I mean, your YouTube channel is full of amazing videos and information. And I was looking at the Inner Healer School. So tell everybody about that and how they can connect with you about it.
Yeah, so my Inner Healer School, the Vibrant Soul Society, what I do is it's $5 for the first month just to introduce people. So I do 3 Inner Healer School classes a week, depending on where you're in the world. So the time will work for North America, Europe, Asia. So I have 3 classes a week. They're all different. So if you watch the replays, they're all different because I'm speaking from spirit. I'm not trying to mentally sort in my head what we're talking about that day. It just comes through. Some will call this channeling. I don't know. I don't explain it. I was a 22-year corporate IT guy, and suddenly I shifted into the spiritual realm. Is like, oh, I'm over here, and suddenly I'm over here helping people step into their truth. So if they go to beyondheadtrash.com, they'll see all the information. I have my first book there for free. I have a free healing call there, my Beyond Diagnosis, where people get that experience of who they really are. Because when I do these calls, it's just not talking. They're actually leading through a process. And sometimes this process, miracles happen. People come to me with these chronic leg pain, and that 10-minute call, 15-minute call, leg pain is gone. I can't explain it. Just once we get this mind to release, the elements go away.
I mean, I was going to say that's crazy, but it doesn't sound crazy because I am always talking about something as simple, kind of unrelated, but writing, like I call it word vomiting. Like when you have all of those thoughts in your head and they're scrambling around and it's like you're spiraling, sometimes just writing stuff down, writing your questions down, writing what's in your head somehow like makes it all go away. And that's like what in my brain, my my tiny little brain is what that made me think of. Is like sometimes just like that you need to release it somehow.
Yeah, it's just a release, like writing down thoughts, journaling is very good to get that information out there. Usually it's just releasing all this stuff that doesn't serve you. Once that's
Mm-hmm.
released, then we can just be who we are, then go live our purpose to go help others to live a better life. That,
Mm.
we all have this possibilities, doesn't matter where you are. You're still alive, there's still possibilities here, there's still a way forward.
What do you love most about your life right now?
Um, just freedom. I'm not constricted by the mind. I get to help people all the time and to remind them of their truth. And some of them are going through some really difficult challenges. A lot of Parkinson's patients reach out to me. That's really a difficult disease like MS. When I get them into this deep space, I always ask them, Has your spirit ever told you that you're incurable? And they say, no, my spirit has never told me that I'm incurable, but society has deemed you incurable. We don't really know if you're incurable. You have to go within you, and only you know that answer.
How do you? That brings up my final question for you, and then I'll let you go. How do you navigate that when between that, healthcare doctor? How do you navigate that with people when they're coming to you, when they obviously have gone through years of and they're on medications and seeing doctors? Like, how does that work?
Well, yeah, it's really about finding that middle way for them to see that all that information they get from the doctors. It may be valid information, but it's information. It doesn't have to be
Mm-hmm.
their truth. So they just take that information, this information, and they just bring it into themselves and see what resonates with them, and they move forward. I'm not against medicine or doctors. Like if you had a broken arm, the body will heal that naturally. But if you don't
Mm-hmm.
see a doctor to put it in a cast, it's going to go crooked. So we
Mm-hmm.
need medical
Mm-hmm.
help at times. So I'm not against that. It's finding that balance. Before, like I had a team of 7 doctors, it was always them and their way. I wasn't going into me like, well, what's best for me? And then finding that balance. That the 7 doctors I had, they were doing their best, but it was keeping me sick. I wasn't getting rid of MS, the bipolar, the arthritis. They were keeping things in place, but they didn't know that. They were just doing what they know what to
Yeah.
do. So it's really about finding that balance within you, that middle way of you don't want to be too spiritual. You don't be too much in the mind. You want to find that balance of okay, this feels right to me. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try this. The mind doesn't like trying things. The mind is scared. What's behind door number one? If it doesn't know, it doesn't go there. But door
Mm-hmm.
number one may be your answer where your cure is behind door number one. But we have to peel away those beliefs that are not serving you. And one of the biggest things that's hard for people is when you're in pain. Pain is the greatest distraction. So, working with people in pain, first thing I try to do is immediately diminish that pain through my techniques that I use. So, I can get somebody to an 8 and 9 level pain, like really intense, and down to a 2, 3. Then we can really start doing these practices. And I've seen this quite a bit when they go from a 9 to a 2 in 10 minutes. I can do that about
Wow.
80% of the time I can do that. And once I could do that, then I know there's progress. We can do something with their pain body.
What's the best way that people can reach out to you and connect with you?
It is beyondheadtrash.com, and they'll see all my socials there. I do have my YouTube with I don't know, close to 700 videos now, and my podcast, The Vibrant Soul Society, The Conversations. I'm all over Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Twitter, not so much. LinkedIn, a little bit, but I am all over the place as much as I can, as one person can be.
Yeah. Yes. I have to ask where the name came from for the like website and because I love it. Beyond
Yeah,
Head Trash.
yeah, because before I was talking before about head trash and where I was when I was sick, I didn't know that it was head trash. I was identified with my thoughts. So it's all those negative thoughts. It's that thought that you're not good enough, you're not worthy, you're not deserving. So it's really head trash. And we want to go beyond that head trash and step into who we really are, that vibrant soul that is here to live an incredible life when the mind isn't saying, nope, you can't have that. You're not good enough. You didn't get the right schools, the right education. Forget all that. You are the vibrant soul. All things are possible.
That's a perfect way to end it. I can't thank you enough for coming on, for sharing your story, for doing the work you're doing, and all the help you're bringing to the world.
All right. Well, thank you, Richard. I really enjoyed our conversation.
Thank you. I appreciate it. We'll take a break and be right back after this. Don't go away. Life is difficult. Are you feeling overwhelmed or like you could use a little support for your mental well being? Visit the Help Hub. It's the most comprehensive and inclusive free online destination for mental health resources, helpful tools, crisis hotlines, and supportive content. Just go to thehelphub.co to find the resources you need when you need them most. Unlike other resource pages, the Help Hub is divided into 16 different categories, ensuring that everyone in every community has access to the resources and support that matches their unique needs. Find the help you're looking for at thehelphub.co. All right, everyone, that's our show. Thank you so much for watching. Go make your day richer. Go make somebody else's day richer. You've made mine by watching this show, and I love you for it. Now's a good time to share the show. Wherever you're watching, wherever you're listening, please share the show and buy us a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/makeyourdayricher. So we can come back on Monday with an all new episode. Have a great weekend, everyone. Bye-bye.